we've never had that exact reaction. But there are times when you get kind of done. I think the biggest thing is to come in with the attitude that you're going to learn a lot and that it will be good. Because if you go into it with the attitude that it's going to be awful, it's going to be awful. So just go into it with positivity and know that it's going to be a lot of work, but it can be good too. Very good.
Yes, you will make it through, I think.
You
made
will
it this
live
far.
with your colon intact.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so big thing is staying up on the reading from day to day. It's not bad. Just doing the reading. If you're the kind of person that reading and writing is easy for, you'll be fine. If reading's hard, you're not going to enjoy it as much. You want to talk about papers and tests?
Yeah. Like Amy said, it's not too bad day to day, just staying up on the reading, although it does get monotonous. But when papers and tests come around, that's when it gets stressful because you're keeping up on the day-to-day reading and you're working and thinking about papers and tests. So my suggestion would be tell yourself you're going to start early and actually do it. I've yet to actually do that, but I know life would be so much easier if we start early. Don't start the weekend before. That just adds unnecessary stress.
We have made it thus far. We're almost done with our second semester of Civ, and neither of us have pulled an all-nighter. You don't have to.
No, don't.
You don't have to. Don't do it. It's a bad idea.
Then you'll be sleep deprived and stressed, and then you'll get sick, and then you'll miss class, and then you'll be more sleep deprived and stressed.
Exactly. And
Don't do that.
I personally really enjoy Civ. There are times when you want to be done and never ever do it ever again. But overall, like, I've learned so much and I enjoy it. Of course, I'm an English person, but
Yeah, I didn't enjoy English or history much, but Civ, I enjoy this kind of English and history. It's very cool to see how it happened.
and it's more about, it's less memorizing history facts and things about the literature, and it's more about the ideas and the movements that drove the history and that are behind it. And so it's not your average memorize these dates class. It's about thinking deeper, which in ways is harder, but in ways it's easier because it's not about the memorization.
Yeah, you're not going to sit and memorize dates and names and events. In fact, you talk about very little of that. It's mostly the ideas, which is much more interesting. Trust me.
So it's work, but it's not awful unless you expect it to be awful. And then you're going to have a hard time. You're going to be discouraged and angry.
Yeah.
But if you expect it to be difficult but a learning experience.
Yeah, don't make it harder than it has to be. Because it's going to be hard sometimes. Just don't make it worse.
And don't stress if you can't get every page of the reading done every day. You're not going to. The more you read, the more you're going to learn. It'll affect your learning. You can pass. You can get an A if you don't do every single page of the reading.
You should
But
strive to do all the
You should
reading.
strive to do all the reading, and the more you do, the more you'll learn, and the better you'll do.
The
But
professors
don't
know
stress yourself
you
out.
have other classes. Like, make this a priority, but, sometimes you're going to miss a day, and it's going to be okay, and the world will go on, and you'll still do well.
Another thing, talk to your friends who are sophomores and juniors and seniors and ask about professors. It makes a huge difference depending on what kind of person you are. A lot of people prefer the daily grades of in-class quizzes. Me personally, that's a lot of pressure and a lot of stress, and I enjoy the logbook. So you just answer a question the night before, you turn it online or bring it to class, and you're done. And there's no pressure in class of, well, I did the reading, but I don't know if I'm going to remember what they're going to ask or if it's going to be adequate. So some professors do quizzes, some do logbooks. Some are more organized, some are more easygoing.
Talk to your friends about it. They will know. They will have suggestions. Because each person learns different, so. And also, go to the Success Center. I've taken a lot of my papers there at the beginning to get help on my thesis, and once you get your thesis.
And it's always good for me for the final edit because I've read through this paper so many times that I don't see things anymore. And the words are stuck in my head, and so having an outside party that isn't biased, like your roommate, look at it is really, really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to study more for this class than any other class I've ever had, but it's not impossible. It hasn't killed me yet.
You do not have to rip out your colon.
You don't. Please
don't.
don't.
Please
Actually,
don't.
That's important.
You will survive. You will survive.
You will survive.